Hey, this is Lotus Comic Express. I'm here live with Mark Schmidt, the other co-creator of The Threat. Hey, how you doing, Mark?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Pretty well, man. Pretty well. So how's the convention been overall?
It's been all right. Sometimes it's a little slow, but you know, it's picked up and had waves, just like I'm sure everybody else has. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, I know your business partner told me a little bit on how The Threat actually got started. And so, do you have your own personal story on how The Threat got started? Maybe some of the ideas that went into your comic book?
Well, you know, it's basically just a passion thing. I mean, we worked really hard to get everything. We started playing around with different ideas. We ran into some issues where we see things that were really close to what we were doing in other books, so we had to modify them and slowly and fine-tune everything. And now I think, especially with the way the actual political environment is going, I think our book really fits well and people will connect with it.
Cool.
With where everything's at right now.
That's very cool. Do you have any personal heroes that transpired actually in your comic? Just any, let me re-ask this question. Do you have any personal inspirational heroes that maybe transpired in the comic book just based on the inspiration itself?
Not really. I mean, you know, I think Vince is kind of an inspiration of mine, working through coming up with some of the great ideas that he comes up with.
Yeah.
You know, all the comic artists. James O'Barr is a really, you know,
Absolutely.
I love the Crow. He's a great artist also.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think just almost everybody out there that really just has the balls to get their stuff out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's totally true. No, I totally agree with you. I mean, it does take tenacity as well as getting your name out there in a really broad fashion and even overthinking some of the things that you might have started with.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Because, like you said, overthinking. I mean, there's a fine point in really all artwork where you can overdo it, where you can, you know, you've got to find that point where you're happy with it, but you can't push it too much further with that either. Because if you do, then you've overdone it. You've overcomplicated whatever you've been trying to create. So that can become a problem. Yeah.
Absolutely. So as far as how many issues is actually your first initial lining of the very first comic that you guys have actually initially created? How many issues is that?
We started off with 8, but again, through the process of creating it and coming up with new ideas, we've expanded it out to 10. So it'll end up being 10.
Very cool. And you guys have a plan as far as I mean, is it going to be a constant kind of thing, or is there going to be is it going to more or less turn into kind of a graphic novel kind of feel to it?
The first 10 stories, at least, are going to kind of come out sporadically just because of the way that artists are out there. It's difficult to get everything done. Everybody's busy. Everybody's doing their own thing. So, but hopefully, especially between 4 and 5, we'll start picking up speed and gaining some momentum.
It sounds like a great read.
Everybody so far has really enjoyed it. So
Very
that's,
cool.
you know, obviously I enjoy it because I created it, but you know, everybody else who's come up to us has become a fan and come back to look for more and more books. So
very cool. So if somebody wanted to actually go to your fan site or a website and kind of help, you know, sponsor what your ideas are and, you know, kind of get your name out there more, where could they go?
Well, we do have a Facebook page for both Stratum Comics and a Facebook page for the Threat comic series. We've also got a Twitter page, a Twitter account, or you can just go to stratumcomics.com and you can order all of our merchandise off of that website. We're also available, the first issue is available on Comixology now, and all 3 issues are available through the Kindle app.
Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Schmidt, thank you very much for being on the show. Guys, we'll hear a lot more about The Threat here soon. We'll have some information posted here soon within the next month. We'll see you here next time at Lotus Comics. And, of course, come check us out, lotuscomics.com. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.